Hi, my loves. Welcome back. I'm Coach Naz, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about 4 signs if she is into you, but not that into you. This was actually requested, so thank you for requesting this video. And this video is going to be strictly about men. So if you are interested, then please keep on watching. So the first sign is that you get mixed signals, right? So what this means is that she's flirty with you, she's affectionate with you when you're on the date, but then she disappears for days on end without any explanation or communicating what's happening, leaving you wonder, sorry, if she's interested or not, right? And this happens to men and women, both vice versa. But what I want to say here is that whenever you have a little bit of a doubt, like this feels a little bit off, something feels weird, why isn't she messaging me? There's some sort of information there for us. And the more we kind of just think, okay, this is just dating and like this is how we date these days. And instead of really getting deep and asking yourself why, what is stopping me from communicating to her how I feel? Like, hey, it's been a couple of days, what's going on in your life? How's it going? Instead of just making assumptions and basing, okay, she just hasn't spoken to me. Or what if you have messaged her and she just completely ignored you and that happens as well? That's not a good sign. Especially, if you do message her with concern and just trying to communicate back to her and she says, well, I'm not in a relationship with you. Like, I don't need to communicate to you every single day, which, you don't have to communicate every single day, but it is important to still get that, connection going. If you've had couple of substantial dates where you guys are flirting and it's fun and you have like a little bit of a, she's affectionate with you. And then suddenly she's saying, well, I don't need to, message you every single day, like kind of vibe. Then those are signs that she could be, there could be something there. A lot of different things could happen. She could be just emotionally unavailable. She could be guarded. There could be so many different things. There's a reason for that, right? And so what I also want to mention is that also you could be somebody that has an anxious attachment style. Now this is me, by the way, okay? I work a lot on myself in order to not be anxiously attached. I had to do a lot of healing within myself, go back on my back. Like I did a lot of stuff to heal this. And so now I'm not, I don't worry about somebody messaging me, texting me. Like I don't, and also there's ways to date because you're going to be texting. It's part of dating, to make sure that you don't, attract somebody who is going to ghost you later down the line or who isn't communicative. There's ways to go about it, right? Which is what I also teach in the Secure Love Blueprint, which is my 6-week program. And the link is down below if you guys want to have a look at it. Now, the first thing that I want to say is, yeah, you might be anxiously attached, right? You might have that attachment style, which is making you like just overthink things, create scenarios that don't even exist. Or she just isn't that into you. And these are the signs. So I want you to really have an open mind with this. I don't want you to be so black and white, but understand that your body, your gut, your intuition it's like sometimes you don't even need to see things or you don't even need words. You just know. Your body just knows. So follow that guidance, get in tune with yourself. That is exactly what I have done and what has changed my entire life. I stopped, disconnecting from myself, which is what majority of us are doing these days. We're so disconnected from our body, our mind, our soul, and we're just doing all the things that are taking us away from our soul, which is like going on a phone, being on TV, going on vacations, getting Gucci, Prada. But then it's like, who are you inside? Like, what do you really need? What do you really want? How do you want to be loved? We don't know any of these answers. Now, the second sign to this is she's keeping her options open. Now, what I want to say about this is that, so she'll say something along the lines of, I'm just focusing on myself right now. This is like, it doesn't make sense. Why are you on a date if you're just focusing on yourself? 1 + 1 = 2, and that just doesn't add up. But she keeps on texting you. She keeps on liking your posts. She keeps on engaging whenever it's convenient for her. This is one of the biggest things that I also mention as a coach. Always keep a journal with you. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Have a journal with you. You don't need to sit there and write, like a whole one-page essay. You just say, hey, November 10th, went on a date and everything was great except for this one thing that we spoke about. She was a little bit hesitant. Just keeping that journal going and just looking back after 2 weeks or a month, and you see a pattern. Your words, when you write stuff, it tells you so much more than you realize. So I would definitely say to start journaling, because what I also want you to notice is she just meeting you or communicating to you whenever it is convenient for her. This is like the biggest red flag ever. So those are the 2 signs so far. And now the third one is comfortable, but not committed. So what this means is that, she enjoys spending time with you, but she avoids talking about long-term plans for your relationships. Like, where do you see us in the next 5 years? Like, do you want to have a family? Do you want to build something together? Where do you see yourself? And if she kind of just changes the subject or just goes on her phone or maybe starts crying, like, trust me, people, I've seen lots of crazy things, but like people will change the subject, be emotional about something completely different, and understand that, is she really avoiding, or did I actually get an answer back? Because sometimes, you're like, oh, the date went really great. And then if I've asked my clients, like, hey, what did you learn about her? What are her goals in her life? Where does she want to go? And they're like, blank, they have no clue. And I'm like, what happened? Like, did she answer the questions, or are you just not listening? That's a whole nother scenario. So that's one of the biggest things, is making sure that they do talk about their future plans with you, and they're not just talking about things that benefit them. So that's the third one. Now, the last but not the least is surface level effort. So what this means is that, she will reply to your texts, just the bare minimum, but the conversations stay very shallow. So there's no deep emotional connection. There's no effort to go beyond just a small talk. This one is huge, and this is a big telltale sign that somebody's not into you, or they're just not emotionally unavailable, which is 2 of the things you don't need in your life. So be very, very careful. And now, okay, one thing that I want to say is, men need to work really hard. You as a man need to work really hard to be emotionally available, because you're not conditioned to be emotional, right? You're conditioned to stop your emotions, be a man. Men don't cry. Like, that's what you have been conditioned to, which is literally, it's like the saddest thing ever, because that's one of the reasons why there are suicide. I can never say that word. The people that commit suicide is like so high. It's mostly men that do this, right? I mean, majority of the people that do it is men, which is really sad. And I believe one of the reasons why this happens, and I'm sure people will disagree with me, is because we tell men to stop feeling, to stop, crying. It's not strong if a man cries, which is the most silliest thing. Like, when a man cries, to me, it's like the most masculine and the sexiest thing I can see a man do, to be quite frank. Of course, if you're crying every day, that's a whole different story. We need to talk about that. But sharing how you feel, having an emotional, communicating an emotional way, like, there's nothing wrong with that. And that is actually what is missing in a lot of these relationships, and why most of the relationships end, because we're not communicating, we're not emotional, because our emotions literally it's the foundation of the relationship. If you're unable to share your deepest, emotions or desires to your partner, then you're never going to feel seen. No matter what, no matter how many accolades you get, no matter how much money you make, you will never feel seen. And that is why, again, a lot of men, they end up, which, that's a whole different story, but they end up, having affairs or cheating, because they always say, I didn't feel seen by my partner. which I mean, I'm not going to get into right now because I have a lot to say about that. But these are the four signs that I wanted to mention. Also, okay, one other thing that I wanted to mention, which I forgot, which was the second sign, which is keeping options open. Now, when I say this, I and everybody else, including yourself, should keep your options open when you're dating. You should not be just dating one person. And I get it. Sometimes life just happens and you find one person and you can't find other people. That's fair enough. But if you have a choice, try to meet different people. Don't just stick at one person and then, you hyper focus on them. You're so hyper vigilant on every single thing they do, and then you get attached to them, right? And that's where insecurities start building. And I mean, for that, of course, there's different methods to resolve that. But I just want to let you know also that if she says that, hey, I want to keep my options open, because that's one of the signs I said, it's not a red flag, right? But there's ways that you can see if she's just keeping her options open so she can get a free meal, versus keeping her options open because she just doesn't want to get, or she just doesn't know you yet, right? Because you're a stranger. We're all strangers, even though we might think, oh, I really know this person. I just really get them. And it's just this connection I felt in its bond and this chemistry was just amazing. No, you don't know anybody. I don't give a shit. Anyways, I went over my time as usual, but I just wanted to mention these 4 signs. And if you guys have any questions, please, or more recommendations for videos. I want to do more videos for men. Because I feel like, I don't know, I have a good connection with men. I feel like, sorry ladies, I just do. So if you do have any questions, let me know down below. Also, I'm creating something special before Black Friday. So that's the 29th. Oh my God, this video is not going to go up in time. Oh my God, I just realized this. I'm going to try to post this video tomorrow, which is going to be November 20th. And I do want to share a great, I'm gonna share something great with you guys just for men, which I don't want to give away too much because it's a little bit of a surprise, but I really want to help men out as well, because I feel like men really, we're struggling out here, okay? Not just men, but women as well. But anyways, I'm going to end end the call here. No, that's what I tell my clients. I'm going to see you guys in my next video, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.